Welcome to the beautiful city of Athens, the gateway to the Tennessee Valley, a city rooted in deep community relationships and built on a rich tradition of small local business and the very best of the human spirit. As Athens embraces the future, the signs of progress are in full bloom. Join us as we discover the bright spots in this charming southern city that we call home. This is Hometown Heartbeat, Athens. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Hometown Heartbeat segment number... What number is it, Connor?
37, I think.
37. Connor, how you doing today, buddy?
Doing good.
What are things like in the world of Connor over there?
The world of Connor, it's pretty hectic. Getting the show together every day.
Yeah, I hear that. Well, today we have a very special segment. We have been talking about for a while, wanting to do a hometown hero segment, and we struggled with different ways that we could implement that, look into that. We tried to figure out, do we want to partner with organization? Do we want to? I mean, I'm a veteran. I love veterans organizations. I love everything about what we stand for as a military. And so we were trying to figure out, like, hey, how do we incorporate Hometown Hero into Hometown Heartbeat? How do we highlight those heroes that served, abroad in the global war on terror, maybe, or maybe in the fire department, maybe in the police department here locally, or in your hometown. And so one of my oldest friends, Julie, is going to join us today. There she is. Hello, Julie. How are you?
Hey, buddy. Good. How are you?
I'm living my best life, living the dream. But Julie is, what is your official title? Outside of Zach Walker's fourth grade girlfriend, what is your official title?
One of them. We need to clear that up. I was not your one girlfriend.
Oh, goodness. My wife's watching. I'm sorry, babe. It was a long time ago. I was 8. Okay, I was 8. I apologize. But no, what is your official title within the organization?
Officially, my business card says Director of Special Events, but we all do everything. We're all family run, friend run, our friends of the family. We're all volunteers. Everyone does a little bit of everything. So I reached out. Obviously Julie would pop on and watch the show every now and again, and I would give her a hard time. And then finally, I just called her and I was like, "Hey, I need you to get on this show." And we started talking through this, and we're really excited about what it could lead to and kind of where we could go with this. Obviously, from the beginning, Hometown Heartbeat has not been about my town, my hometown. It's been about the concept of hometown, right? It's about the feeling of hometown. It's about that community bond that's created in a hometown. And so that doesn't have to be necessarily geographic, but rather it's a feeling. And so I reached out, Julie and I have talked through this all week, and we're excited to kind of see where this goes. But today we want to start with Staff Sergeant Matthew Pucino, who was serving in, I believe, Afghanistan in 2009 when he gave the ultimate sacrifice for his country and for his brothers and sisters over there fighting next to him. And so I wanted to introduce this organization to you. I wanted to let Julie come in and kind of tell us about Matthew and about his story and his legacy and kind of what their organization does. And then as we kind of make our way through that, when we're all said and done, hopefully our plan is to cast a vision for you guys that are watching and listening to the show, either on live or on the podcast or on a replay on YouTube, cast a vision for you in terms of where we want to go with this, because we don't want this to stop with Matthew. We don't want this to stop with just one story, one segment, one foundation. And so, Julie, tell us a little bit about Matthew and kind of who he was and why he joined and maybe some of the events that kind of were surrounding that day in 2009 in Afghanistan. Sure. So Matthew joined the Army after 9/11. That really, that is the reason he wanted to serve his country. That 9/11 pissed him off, and he wanted to do something about it. So he joined the Army in 2002, and he became a Green Beret. Sorry, my 3-year-old is...
It's okay. Everybody say hello to Lila.
Yeah. Say hi, Lila. I'll help you 1 minute.
I tried to do that with mine not too long ago. He came in. He wouldn't come anywhere near the camera. So it's okay. I understand. But go ahead.
She was quiet for like the last hour, of course.
Oh, naturally.
So he quickly, and I think it was about 2 years, he became a Green Beret, which is, in my opinion, my family's opinion, the best of the best. And he deployed to Iraq twice with the 5th Special Forces Group. And then in 2009, he was deployed with the 20th Group to Afghanistan. He left in July, and he was killed on November 23rd of that year. You saying hi? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. And so he was. I mean, and you said something. You said amongst our family, we feel like the Green Berets are the best of the best. Those who serve in various. I was in the Army, and so I would tend to agree with you that probably
my dad's an Army veteran too.
So the Special Operations Command of the Army, would obviously say that we feel like the Army is probably the best of the best. But the real point in that is he was doing his mission was one that was not one that was a standard mission of everybody over there, and so they were operating within different boundaries, within different guidelines.
Yeah.
The shaving standards, I mean, all the stuff you see on TV are totally different for those guys, and so oftentimes they operate in dark spaces, in voids, in battle spaces that maybe traditional troops won't be able to enter into, and so
and you don't hear about what they're doing over there.
Not unless they kill bin Laden or they get killed in an ambush, right? And that's really the only two times you hear about what they do, which is how they like it. It's what they want. I mean,
right. The quiet professionals, they're called that for a reason.
No, that's exactly right. They operate with an amount of anonymity that allows them the freedom to do what they need to do in their battle space. But so what? What was that like?
But everything aside, Marines, Navy, Army, I appreciate everyone in the military. Sure. It's just kind of a joke that we love the Army.
Oh, it's the healthy. I'll tell you this: when you're pinned down in a firefight, we make fun of the Air Force guys all the time. When you get pinned down, it doesn't matter because those guys are going to come in with their close air support and bail you out of anything you get into. And so the reality is, yeah, we love our guys, but we love all guys when it really matters. So
absolutely.
So what was that like? I mean, losing Matthew and understanding his passion, and maybe what led from that to the forming of this foundation.
So for my family, as you can imagine, it was really difficult. And this is one thing that I think my family will all agree with, that kind of keeps us going. Of course, we wish there wasn't a reason to have a memorial foundation, because that would mean he's still here. But we help so many veterans around, not just in Massachusetts where we are, but around the whole country. So, and that's, if Matthew was still here, that is what he would be doing too with his time. And so we just want to continue his legacy like you were talking about, and we don't ever want anyone to forget about him or anybody else that's made the ultimate sacrifice.
And so what does that look like for your foundation? I mean, I'm aware, I know, because I've been following your foundation since really you kind of got busy with, like, involved with it. And so, I mean, I understand that. But for those of you that are out there that have no idea who Matthew Pucino is or who Julie is, like, talk us through what your foundation does. Like, what does that look like for you guys helping other veterans and being a part of that community?
So we have a motorcycle ride every year. It's a Blackbeard ride. I don't know if you can tell the pictures of Matthew. His call sign was Blackbeard, and if you look at a picture of him, you can tell how he got that nickname. Or call sign. Here you go, sweetie. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
You're welcome.
At least she has good manners.
She does have really good manners.
That's what's important.
So we've named. That's kind of the name that's taken over all of our events, the Blackbeard motorcycle ride. We have one every year. It's actually we're hoping that we won't have to reschedule this July. But that's our biggest event. And then we have a golf tournament down in Orlando, Florida, every year as well. That actually just got rescheduled to the end of June. But anything from, giving gift cards to veterans who might, need to go to the grocery store and don't have enough money, or we've given a veteran up here actually a hot tub. We raised enough money to get him a Warrior XL hot tub. He had a traumatic brain injury. He was paralyzed, and that was the only thing that really kind of helped with his therapy and stuff. So things like that. We actually this year are partnering with the Gary Sinise Foundation. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with Lieutenant Dan.
Oh, yeah.
And we're partnering with him and helping a Green Beret who actually has deployed 11 times, who's paralyzed and in a wheelchair. He's getting a smart home. So we're really proud to be part of that as well. So
Gary Sinise does a tremendous amount of stuff for veterans all over the country.
Yeah.
He's really involved in that, and that's cool to see.
He actually was in Afghanistan when Matthew was killed, and he attended his angel flight ceremony.
Oh, wow.
And Gary Sinise's book that came out last February, he mentions Matthew by name in his book and talks about that experience of being on the plane. So if anyone, it's actually a really good book. That's
really cool. And we have some pictures of Matthew that I think we can get on the screen here so you guys can understand a little bit about who he was. There he is with I'm just saying. I was gonna drop a Chuck joke right there, and then I went my mind went completely blank. But you can see
two legends right there.
You can see him, black there on his name tag, and so, man, that's cool. So outside, well, one, I guess, how would veterans that need help, like what's the process of walking through getting in touch with your foundation and becoming like getting helped by your foundation? Like how do they go about doing that? How can we facilitate that?
Yeah, if you go to our website there, you can contact any of us. My cousin Lisa, one of Matthew's two sisters, she hold on, Lila, sorry. Email addresses are on the website.
Okay.
We've had people reach out to us. We've had people who know someone who knows someone who knows a veteran who needs help reach out to us. We have a lot of people who Matthew was deployed with, who his teammates are all over the country, and just word of mouth too. We did some work with Walter Reed and in the beginning and stuff. So I think it's just word of mouth and how everything spreads. And social media, I hate it, but I love it. It is such a good networking tool, and I think it's really helped spread the word a lot as well. We've even had people reach out to us who just have seen Matthew's pictures, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram or whatever it might be. Like a few times people have stolen pictures from the website and made like a Match.com profile.
I was just about to talk about that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. I'd steal his pictures. He's a good-looking fellow. I'm just saying.
He definitely was.
He looks like he could do some damage. I'm just saying, like. But no, and I remember when that happened. I remember watching your response on social media and how hurtful that was to the family, and that Matthew is gone, and I don't know Matthew. I never knew Matthew, but I would contend that he went doing exactly what he wanted to go doing. And so he was defending a country that he loved so much that he took up the call to arms when we were attacked on our soil. And so I would say that while I'm sure, and I know he and you and your entire family would love to have him here, that certainly he knew what he was doing when he took up arms against the enemy. And so that being said, though, it's certainly hurtful to see people that just yank a picture off of a website and just go out and make a Tinder profile or a Facebook profile or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And these poor women were sending them money. It was awful.
Wait,
and it's happened more than
once. Women were
sending
the fake Blackbeard money.
Yeah.
It's a little funny.
It's just, I don't know.
It's definitely crazy.
Someone would do that if you don't even know somebody, but. Take a picture. Okay, take a picture.
Your daughter is fantastic, by the way. This is so perfect.
She's literally, she never gets the iPad, so I thought it would be a luxury. It would keep her busy, but.
No dice. She said, Mommy looks busy. Let's see if we can get in the way.
Why don't I? Yeah, exactly. What can I do?
I've got a 4-year-old, so I understand completely. So tell us about the golf tournament. You were talking me through that a little bit, and Connor can pull up the website here and kind of go to the events page and maybe show us.
Yeah.
And there we go. So there is the website there. As he scrolls down, you can see the mission. To events too. Yeah, and then scroll up to the top, Connor, and let's go to the events, and let's see those events that we've got planned there in the menu.
So the golf tournament's really cool. It's they partner with Fairways for Warriors, and you can sponsor a wounded veteran to play in the tournament. So it's pretty amazing. Last year, I went down, there's like a hole-in-one, you win a car. Nobody had ever won it. And one of the wounded veterans actually got a hole-in-one and won a car last year. So that was really cool. It's just it's a feel-good. I mean, we're just helping people, and I don't think, in my opinion, there's nothing better in the world than helping somebody who needs it.
No, and you see a lot of those events where you're playing golf with wounded veterans and veterans that have amputations and all of those things that there's something about the human spirit and the will to live, and I was not fortunate enough to serve overseas. I attempted to join multiple deployments, but I was medically disqualified for it. Long story, but those that went and gave some or gave all in Matthew's case, there's a spirit in them that lives in a way to just they don't know how to give up, they don't know how to quit. Certainly veteran suicide. One of my good friends from Colorado last week actually took his life. He was a scout sniper in the Marine Corps, and that is an epidemic of COVID-19 proportions that goes silently, and that's what guys like Gary Sinise and some of the other I guess you would call them celebrity activists are out fighting against and campaigning for, is recognition there. But at the end of the day, I mean, it is a pandemic of its own nature, and so it's fun to see you guys out there doing a golf tournament, doing a motorcycle ride. Orlando's not that far from Alabama. If they'll let my redneck tail in the old Ritz-Carlton, we might have to come down there and check that out. Of course, I don't know.
Absolutely, we're not going to turn you away, Zach.
Well, you might not, but the Ritz-Carlton might not. They might not. They might see me coming and say the Clampetts need to go somewhere else. So no, it's really cool to see that, and so here's where we'll pivot and turn, and I know that Julie has a young child there that is giving her heck, but it's okay, it's absolutely fine. We want to pivot and talk about where we go from here as a show, as Hometown Heartbeat. I have asked Julie and the foundation to consider partnering with us on a regular basis, for Julie to join us as a contributor on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, but also so that we can reach out to other veterans and we can tell the stories of those veterans who have a story that needs to be told, and whatever that means, whether that means we get on a plane or get in the truck and go and video and tell a story and bring it back and report back to you, or it's a veteran that needs help and it needs your help, and we rally the community to get behind the veteran. Like, we're open to all of that. And so I'll leave that up to you listening and watching right now. For all of you listening and watching, like, talk to us, comment, email, let us know what you're thinking in terms of how can we help you. Do you know a veteran that has a story? Do you know a veteran that has a need? It is my heart to be a part of healing for these guys that went over and gave everything they had to protect this country from evil that most will never comprehend. And so that I don't know, Julie, what do you have left? What parting words? What parting wisdom? You want to sing us a song? Or so? Side note: Julie sang the national anthem at Fenway in a Red Sox,
a small unknown place,
Red Sox Yankees game in the middle of the summertime. So there was like a bazillion people there. So I tried to convince her to sing today. She would not do that, and I understand. I understand. Maybe next time. We'll get her next time.
Maybe next time. You can share the video. But
there we go. Baby steps.
Yeah. Well, I would just say, going off of what you just said too, if anyone watching, if you know a veteran who needs help, we actually we have a couple veterans with PTSD. One who actually has attempted suicide before who's on our list of people that we're helping this year. One of them, is sick and has 3 kids and he can't pay for groceries, and that to me is unacceptable. I mean, for these men and women who voluntarily have fought for our freedom and sacrificed so much, I just don't think that it's nothing about them not being able to pay for their groceries or not having health care and not being able to get a doctor's appointment when they need it. Like nothing about that is okay.
And don't get me started on the status of our VA healthcare program in this country. That's a whole nother topic for another day. But Julie's right, and so we're gonna let Julie go and finish what she needs to finish for the day. But Julie, I first of all, I just want to thank you for joining us today, and I look forward to doing.
I'm sorry it was a little interrupted.
It is no problem at all. Well, this is what it's all about. This is real. This is raw. This is life, and we.
This is
there
life.
she is. Hey, baby girl, what are you doing? Look at that.
Hi.
She is.
Who's this?
Matthew.
That's who we're talking about, remember?
That's right. There's Miss Lila. She's a ham. She just loves her. Get on it. There goes the viewing through the roof. Viewers going up as we speak. So,
Look at that, Lila.
Can you wave?
Can you wave and say hi? You blow kisses? Can you show Zach what you do and everyone else who's watching? What do you do when you see a flag? Where do you put your hand?
Oh, that's
there.
so good.
And what do you sing? National anthem. Do you want to
There
sing
you
it?
go. Can you sing it?
I love you, Mama.
I love you too. Can you sing it? Oh, say. Can you sing it? I'm going to be shy. She knows every word.
No way.
Just like me. Yeah.
Mama.
I love you too.
That's so good.
So yeah, we're bringing her up to be patriotic. That's how.
right. Well, that's rare where you live. I mean, you live out there in Crazy Town, so. I can't help it. No, that's so good. Thank you again. Thank you for being on, and we will do that. Miss Lila, thank you for joining us. And
thank you.
Thank you.
we will talk to you guys very soon. And we will do this again. We're gonna, like I said, we plan to do this once a week, once a month, at something. We'll work something out.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Julie, thank you so
and
much.
if we know any veterans who need help, send them our way.
Absolutely, we'll do it. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Bye.
All right, bye. So, I mean, as you see, this is something that we have a heart for. It's something that I, obviously, I signed up and I checked that box and said I want to serve this country. Now I did it. Don't let me act like it was some misguided sense of patriotism or some reaction to 9/11. I needed a way out, and I got it through the military. And the military changed my life. It shaped who I am today. It saved me from a path of self-destruction. And so I ended up, I've always been patriotic, but maybe my decision to serve wasn't as pure as Matthew sounded. But the foundation and what they're doing there, partnering with Gary Sinise and all that, that's such a huge thing that I feel like we need to be a part of. And more than that, right here where we live in Athens in North Alabama, like we are surrounded by veterans that have been impacted by the war on terror, that have been impacted by veteran suicide, that have been impacted by fill in the blank. The service to this country is not a debt that is easily repaid. It's not a light burden to carry. And we've got men and women all over our home, like right here where we live. They're all over, and they're carrying that burden on their own. And so here at Hometown Heartbeat, what our hope, our heart is to be one, be someone that can be a resource, that can be used by and for the community of veterans, that can go to bat for and advocate on behalf of the veterans. And so again, we don't know what this looks like. We don't know where it goes from here. We just know that this is something we need to do. And so if you have someone in your life or in your circle that is a veteran that needs help, wants help, please reach out. Please reach out to us directly and let us see if we can't help and see what we can do. And so that's a cool story. I mean, what do you think about that, Connor? I put you back on the spot here, but in 2009, how old were you? Camera.
About 6.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Say that again.
I would have been in first grade.
In first grade in 2009. In 2009, I graduated high school in 2005, and so in 2009, I would have been well into my path of destruction. It's just amazing how that's how long the war on terror has been being fought, really since 2003, I think, 2 or 3.
My entire lifetime. I can't remember a time before it.
Man, I've never thought about it that way. That's mind-boggling to me. You're 18 years old, 17 years old.
17 years old. I was born post 9/11, so.
He was born post 9/11, and he's never lived in a world without a war on terror. And we're not going to dive into the political and all the ramifications of that. Just let's just talk about the practical ramification. I mean, that's a lifetime, literally. People have unfortunately lived and died a life where they've never seen peace in the Middle East. And I'm sure there's a lot of that, because there's not, whether we're there or not, there's very rarely peace in the Middle East. That's a story for another day. But that's a transformative little nugget there. That never crossed my mind, dude.
It's just been a fact of life for me and all my friends, everybody my age. It's a generational thing.
That's crazy. It is. It's crazy. I remember when we crossed the berm, went into Iraq for the first. I remember when we went over and didn't even have it's crazy. That is nuts. Anyways, we are excited to bring you the Hometown Hero segment. We're excited to highlight those stories here locally and in across the country, and more than anything, we are super excited to partner with the Matthew Pucino Foundation and tell their story and all that. I think we are trying to make plans to get down for either the golf tournament or the ride, so that we can document that and get cameras on that, and come back with a video package and a story of the veterans that have been impacted by that. So certainly would be cool. So anyways, guys, as always, today is Friday. You know what that means? That means that tomorrow's Saturday, yesterday was Thursday. And so I will not see you again for 2 more days. And I am not upset about that at all, because I'm ready to spend some time with my family. It is Mother's Day weekend. For those of you that did not remember and I just saved your life, you can send me Venmo no, I'm just kidding. Get something for your mom, for your mom's mom, for your mother's mother's mother, whoever's alive and well. Make sure you take care of them. Moms are they are the heartbeat of our country and our kids and our futures, and fathers are equally as important to that equation in a different way. But this weekend is about moms. And so, guys, I love you. I will talk to you on Monday. We'll be back with some new guests, new ideas, new concepts. We didn't even get to get into the governor's new order today, and so do what?
You can't hit it all in one day.
No, today was a good day. We had veterans today, so we'll dive into the Kay Ivey's order. Let me just go ahead and, you know what? I'll break it down for you. So, as always, guys, love you. We will see you on Monday, and in the meantime, stay classy, San Diego.